Ayo. Yo.
Heyo.
Yo. A little smoke to start us off. I'll be the smoke and you'll be the mirrors.
Sounds about right.
It's all smoke and mirrors. We're doing our thing. We're just doing our thing. Keeping the smoke and mirrors alive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing, my girl?
Good. I feel great. I'm ready to be in season 5 of the Very podcast, which this is. I'm saying it. I'm stating it plainly. This is episode 400. We've been doing this since 2015.
Maybe 2014.
2015.
2015.
2015.
Damn. Wow. We've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Fully over 10 years. And, yeah. If you want to watch the classic de-evolution of two psychedelic stoners, start in episode 1 with our dear friend Ayla. That one's called The End of Greatness. And it's kind of the perfect first episode because we recorded it on Saturday, and on Sunday, Ayla came over and gave us acid for the first time. 3 tabs each. Boom. Damn. Talk about smoke and mirrors. That shit melted everything. So episode 1 is really kind of the purest form of us you'll ever hear on this thing. 10 years ago, before we were way into weed and we were getting into mushrooms, but the acid really blew the lid off of everything.
I was about to say blew the lid off.
Yeah, it really did.
Mushrooms, I was like, this is fun. This is cool. Acid, I'm like holding on for dear life.
I feel like with acid, we like let a genie out of the bottle, and I think it's a cool thing.
That was definitely, I think it's the most I've ever taken, and haven't really had maybe the balls to take that much again, because I'm just like, 2 is enough.
yeah. Like, why would you? But
I never will forget the digital fish jumping across the room and the poles of data that I was just...
These are your hallucinations.
Yeah, my visual hallucinations were definitely the most magnificent on 3 tabs. The further you go, the more it melts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And is it revealing something, or is it making it up right then and there? Like, are those fish around us right now? Is there pipes of information?
Yes, definitely pipes of information. Not sure about the fish jumping between the pipes, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been a huge psychedelic like visuals guy. Besides that time really stands out to me. I mean, some other stuff like on enough mushrooms, everything just starts to organize itself. But like on this dose of acid, there was nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. I'm like just like turn my head, look at a poster of a waterfall on the wall. The whole thing is alive, and there's birds flying around. The mist is coming up, the water's going down, and it's just like you're not that far out where you're like, this isn't possible. This is not possible. But I'm bearing witness to something that like feels like a trick is being played on me. Like, is that a digital frame? What? How is this possible? And then you look around and you're like, oh, that's everything. That's the grain on the wood on the floor.
Well, you can
That's
really,
everything.
it's like tangible might not be the right word, but like, how atoms don't touch, they just like vibrate, that nothing is actually solid in this life. That's one thing to understand, but to really feel it on a deeper level of like, oh, it's
all smoke and mirrors.
It's all smoke and mirrors. It's not what you think it is.
Oh, like and that's a relief.
Sometimes.
I think at my age at the time, how old would I have been? Fucking 33. Like it was time to get crucified. It was time. It was time for me for that version of myself to be laid to rest. The non-believer, the skeptic, the person who didn't go down these paths because I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
And that all changed. And
We were ready for the adventure.
yeah, and I think it brought to life something that will sustain us forever, which is just like curiosity. Like I need to remain very curious
So I
and
think
not feel like I have all the answers.
mm-hmm.
And it really helped to have my head blown off with acid. So
It was humbling, you mean? It was humbling or just exciting or
I guess I don't know, a different category of feelings like that can only really I think kind of be described as psychedelic.
I think I could deduce my takeaways to like 4 main takeaways.
Mm.
One was like we're like bubbles of experience and like even where we have a bubble of consciousness almost around us, like our perception, and we can just have fun, and our job here isn't to like control someone else's bubble, but to like celebrate it and be like, wow, you have such a beautiful bubble, I hope you float around and have the most fun here ever. So that was felt like one. Then I remember my second one, I don't know if these are in order, was kind of like, oh, we are consciousness, we are God experiencing itself, like I'm downloading information to like a bigger mainframe. I also had this feeling of like somehow, no matter where we are in the world, we're all equidistant from the mainframe. You know?
That might be the best one.
Okay.
That's a good one. So weird.
It's so weird. I had a big one about fear because I really trying to hold on to like a state of consciousness felt like fingernails on a chalkboard. Like it was horrifying. Like it really
Any state.
It just really taught me to let go and go with the flow. You know, because it was so painful to resist.
Oh yeah.
And I think one more that I had that was a big one on that first trip was like that life is getting created before your very eyes, because I would turn a page in a book. I stayed up, I was high for 36 hours, but I would turn a page in a book and the writing wouldn't be there. And it would like appear, which just made me feel very much that there's so much that's unwritten, and how we navigate and how our role kind of changes the course of destiny in some ways. I don't, maybe destiny is too strong a word, but so those I think were my big takeaways.
Basically, like there's a lot more going on than I realized.
That can all be boiled down to there's a lot more going on than I realized.
Could it be boiled down to that? I mean,
that's
the way
like a
I think of it.
blanket way of describing everything I said is like, yeah, there's more going on here. But I think the realizations I'm talking about are a little more useful and profound than that. Than like there's more going on here. It's like, oh, there's more going on. So let's enjoy it. Let's celebrate it. Let's, as Bobby and Jerry would say, like go on this great adventure. You know, take the ride, go on the adventure.
Yeah. Important trip. I remember just feeling really, I guess at peace, like on a level that I'd never really felt before. And which seemed like a weird time to be able to tap into it, but it makes sense now that I know what I know about what like LSD is doing to you.
I was very alarmed by how at peace you were.
Yeah.
I was like really shook up.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Weirdly, maybe you needed to get shaken up and I needed to be calmed down. Like my whole life had been shaken up, and yours hadn't, you know. And then, like you just got shooken up by this, and it calmed me down and gave me a message, or at least sent my nervous system a message of like, you can be good. Like this is possible. Like that state of feeling present and peaceful and at one with things is possible. You might not want to try to be using 3 tabs to get there all the time. I think you find yourself like a one-way trajectory towards like mental health issues.
Yeah,
but
a little confusion fog.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, but that was the whole thing. Like, I had a good business going and a good career going and like a good head on my shoulders, a good family, a good girlfriend, like when I started doing all of this stuff. So, Yeah.
That's your master year. 33 is everyone's master year, like the year Jesus died.
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of cool that that's how old you were when that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And it launched us. Yeah. I, I, it's so personal. It's just like it made me know that there is like a level of calmness that life hadn't really offered me and I hadn't tried to offer myself yet.
Do you want to know a funny moment from it? Or do you want to remember a funny moment?
Lay it on me. Let's see if we can find a memory together. Because, man, that's a tough one, right? Like, we were both so launched. It was almost like we just had our own time. And we, like, met up, like, 2 days later, even though we never met each other. We never left each other's side. I feel like I have very few shared memories with you from that day. But let's see what you got.
Well, you put on Touch of Grey.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, Grateful Dead, they're big into acid. What's this all about? Let's listen to a song.
Yeah.
Which is really adorable thinking about now.
Classic. Yeah, we hadn't gotten into the Dead. We didn't know them. We didn't really know them at all. Like, I knew I liked that song from when I was a kid. I remember...
Touch of Grey, or which one?
Yeah, Touch of Grey.
Yeah.
That's the only song anyone knows by Grateful Dead until they...
Go in.
Yeah, until they dig around a little bit. But that was... yeah, I think you didn't like it.
It didn't hit for me.
I wanted to hear it 100 times in a row, so it was tough for me. Because you know how I can be like that sometimes.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Because I was really listening to I was hearing the lyrics, and I was like, oh my God. There's been... Other people have been here. Poets have gotten in here. Lyricists have gotten in here, and they fucking brought all this stuff back. And
definitely the
that
visuals.
song felt like, like I was just like, whoa. It lined up with what our life felt like right in that minute, you know?
Yeah, no, I didn't dislike it. It just, like, it wasn't, like, hitting in the way that I think if we had played a different Grateful Dead song at the time, it probably would have hit.
I probably could have gotten you with Cassidy.
You could have, any of them, honestly.
Eyes of the World.
Oh, yeah.
I could have probably hit you with that.
Any day you want to get me, just throw that one on.
Eyes of the World?
Yes.
That's the one?
Yeah, to, like, shift my consciousness in, like, 1 second.
Yeah.
Wake up to find. Okay, I'm not gonna sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's just like a funny demarcation of where we were at that point.
Yeah, well, I needed a foot in the door. I was on a crash course with my destiny to be a deadhead, and I didn't know it. And something about me, I just needed a foot in the door. And when I think back to that night, that first acid trip, I'm like, I don't know what I would have been playing at the time.
You played Father John Misty, War on Drugs.
Okay, like music of the time. We were like probably Kurt Vile, like, just the music we were listening to.
I remember there's this Father John Misty song about, like, help me dig, and I just looked at you and I was like, this is my life. I'm gonna help Sean dig, and I appreciated it, surrendered to it, realized what was happening, and I was like, here, we're freaking doing it. I'm gonna help him dig.
Yeah, and you do.
And I do.
And you dig it.
And I dig it.
You've learned to dig it.
No, totally. I do dig it.
Yeah. Well, because, like, look, if people did go back and listen to the first episode, you're not even on there.
Well, I didn't know how I was going to help you dig. I just know that that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you were like, I'm in.
He has a vision, and I will grab a shovel. Because there's people in this world, like, I have my own visions. I'm not saying I'm totally free of vision, but my visions are like, I want to knit a little thing, or I want to draw a little painting, or,
Yeah.
They're very singular, focused visions that I can usually accomplish if I just sit down for half an hour.
See, I feel like I lack so much in that realm that I cling to these other ones. I cling to the, like, look, I'm not going to be able to sit down and make you a nice meal today, or a nice painting, or probably a nice anything, but I can tell a story about a nice life.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors. Here we go.
It's not smoke and mirrors, though.
I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does it have such a negative connotation? It feels like you're fooling someone. Smoke and mirrors feels like you're getting one over on someone. Yeah,
well, I mean, we're like, this is interesting because it probably should have a negative connotation, and it's like, in the age of AI and like synthetic charisma, and like, you know what I mean? Like the feeling like you're being tricked all the time.
Oh yeah.
is just starting. Mark that down. Episode 400. This feeling is just starting. Like you're being
I got
tricked all the
well,
time.
we started this podcast before, and one of the things was like I saw somewhere that
143.
I love you.
I love you, baby.
I saw somewhere that it was like exactly 11,111 days between Jerry and Bobby's passings. And then I looked it up somewhere else, and that's how I spent like our other first start of the other podcast. That I was like, we got to get out of this. But it said 11,113. So I'm just saying, like, I can't look at online. I mean, you can look online, but it's hard to believe what you see. I have to send everything I send to you. You're like, that's AI, and I'm like, what?
And then you don't send me anything anymore.
No.
And no, but I think this is good. I think it's like, okay, cool. We're over it because, look.
I'll send you a pug with 5 fingers dancing, like, if that's the only AI I'll send you once in a while.
Yeah, where it's blatant AI or whatever. But like, I don't know. For the most part, I'm like, oh, cool. That's a wrap on like scrolling culture for me. Everything it's not bringing up anything other than the feeling that I'm getting duped. I'm getting tricked. I don't know who's playing the tricks or why. But I don't feel like being in this fucking haunted dystopian funhouse anymore. So I deleted Instagram. I haven't thought about it for a fucking second since. What the fuck? You've been saying this. Yeah, but you're the kind of girl that downloads it and re-downloads it and this and that. Like I
still look on my computer.
I'm like.
I still look at my computer. It is one of the ways I stay somewhat informed by people I trust who are like politically aware, and
Yeah,
I do appreciate that. And I look on my desktop, but it doesn't absorb me for hours, and it's not something I turn to throughout the day when I'm like don't know what to do with myself. And I appreciate that shift.
Well, I think just having a minute away from it makes me realize what it was and that I don't belong there. It's like it's a lot of AI trickery and performative success and like hollow, not real values being kind of like projected up to the surface of someone's being. And I think like even having that in my life doesn't allow me to become a better filmmaker and more connected with people.
Well, I think the night that you quit, you had found out via Instagram
that Bob Weir died.
And we were at
a party.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, it hit us so hard. I think it really hit us both right immediately in the moment and in the days obviously since, and it always will. I mean, we had a connection to Bobby the way a lot of people had to Jerry.
Yeah, given our age and when we came into.
Yeah, we came into the scene right when Dead and Company formed, pretty much. That's like when I got way into this. When another friend gave us 2 tabs of acid and put this album on.
Live Dead
from 1969. The first song is Dark Star.
What a come up song.
Whoa.
Well, and it was fun hearing that for the first time because it feels very, I mean, sonically it's very psychedelic.
Mm-hmm.
But because I had never heard the song before, I assumed that I was having like a lot of sonic hallucinations. But then I've since when I listened to that song after, I was like, oh, this is like in the music.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, this is what this band is all about. I remember that day being like, this is what they're all about. Like I heard Touch of Grey. I've heard some studio stuff, but I never really heard them go wild live. And yeah. So yeah, I found out via Instagram that Bob Weir died while we were at a party, and there was just like kind of no turning it back after that. Like I was just like, we just wanted to get out of there. It just felt
emotional.
Yeah, it just felt emotional, and it felt like we were going to be detracting from the vibes of the party if we stuck around. But it was very emotional, and I didn't want to be the one being like, "Hey, everyone, here's why it's a little like." We could do that here. But yeah, they made me delete Instagram that night because I could have found out that Bob Weir died the next morning.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
or in a normal way, or had another deadhead reach out in a way that feels more connected. It feels very isolating when you're just like, oh, we're the only two deadheads on this thing. No one even else around us even knows who this guy is, and we're both like having a moment here, you know. But
there's no wrong way, and I mean, I think what I've
it's a
just been,
good. Look, it's like Bobby died and was like, quit Instagram, get focused on living the adventure.
yeah,
Can you imagine Bob Weir having ever scrolled through anything?
it's hard to imagine him spending time doing
He was
that.
in the gym. He was hiking. He was running around. He was doing yoga. He was,
Playing music.
playing music, practicing.
Yeah, I think part of the reason it hits really hard is because you think you have so much more time. You're like, we're gonna see so many more Bobby and the Wolf Bros shows, and there's just so much yet to like be explored, and I don't know.
Yeah,
One day we'll make it down to playing in the sand, and
you never leave a dead show being like, man, that could have been the last time. I think Bobby was just he was the young one of the group, and he was just always so vibrant, and his voice was like getting better, and his like the band kept getting better. Dead and Company, and Bobby and the Wolf Bros is like a whole different piece of art, like just beautiful self-contained thing that is like go listen to those recordings. Holy shit. But I when it comes down to it, it's like we spent a lot of great nights with Bob Weir, and he provided so many great celebratory nights for us and our friends to not only that night have a great time, but for weeks leading up to it, being so psyched, and what are we going to do, and when are we going to do it, and when are we going to get together, and like listening to all the music and watching the old shows and just getting so hyped. And then, tripping out with our friends and going to shows, and like, so we spent, many a summer doing that after we got into the Dead. And I'll always be into them, and whatever the next iteration is, I'm down for. I'm down to check out. But these recordings, and we have many more. They can't all fit
they
up here.
can't all fit.
It was hard to even pick which ones were right for this, but I don't know. I just picked some albums to amplify the signal a little bit because it's helped me so much.
So we had the next morning, like in the Church or Chill Discord, we were talking about like our favorite song that Bobby sang. What did you ultimately come to a conclusion?
Oh, my favorite Bob Weir song? There's so many. There's so many good ones. I guess to not overlook like the obvious, like Estimated Profit. You don't want to look past that because that feels like I feel like it brought out a guitar tone in Jerry that I don't remember coming up on any other songs before that. That like just drenched womp 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 womp. That like I feel like it brought out the best in Jerry. It was it's a funny song in a way. It can be interpreted in a lot of ways, but it's basically like about a guy who really wants to talk to the dead backstage. It's about that whole scene. It's just a really far out psychedelic cool song. But I also think of the Weather Report suite as up there. I think of Black Throated Wind. I guess I'll do my top 5. Those 3. I would throw in Looks Like Rain, going through a breakup. There's just nothing better for it. And Cassidy, because you're Cass.
That's not the only reason it's a beautiful song, but
But it's the reason it would edge out like 4 others that are like right on that
like
level.
Me and My Uncle.
But he didn't write that.
Oh, okay. Well, he's saying
Playing in the Band. What about that one?
Play.
The reason Playing in the Band is because it's like
What about Hell in a Bucket?
Hell in a Bucket. Great one. Feels Like a Stranger.
What
I
about,
Need a Miracle.
you reminded me of Lazy Lightning. I like that.
Lazy Lightning. Oh, Lost Sailor. Lost Sailor. How can you sleep on that? So, yeah, he had a super illustrious career as a songwriter, and he didn't take it much further. Like, he wasn't like, after the Dead, I don't think he wrote a lot of songs that got out there or whatever. as far as I know. But incredible dude, incredible musician, carried the vibes in a way, like just like one of the most psychedelic, far out dudes ever. His interviews are so funny. The way he talked, his storytelling. I like that that he was adopted and dyslexic and struggled in a lot of ways, and then found guitar, and it kind of literally saved his life. And he joined the Grateful Dead when he was 16 years old. Can you fucking imagine?
And then they saved our lives.
Then they went on to save countless lives. So yeah, we speak their name, we honor them endlessly. Yeah, if you ever need a good coffee table book, highly recommend this one, The Complete Annotated Grateful Dead Lyrics, 50th Anniversary Edition. Ooh, very special, very special.
I've gone through and highlighted a lot of my favorites so far. I think I've been working my way through the book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Open up to a highlighted thing and read it to us.
Okay.
Let's have a little fun for once in our life. Maybe it'll mean something.
Well,
don't be precious. This is more like an oracle than a curation. Read that right there.
okay. New Minglewood Blues. I was born in a desert, raised in a lion's den, and my number one occupation is stealing women from their men.
I mean, also, this is, I mean, come on.
That's
of all
like
the
my
songs
favorite
you could have
song.
gone to,
Yeah,
that's
no, I
another
know.
quintessential Bobby song, because it's like, he is that guy.
No, I'm that guy. Watch your women around me.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I Know You Rider. Oh, I love so many of these songs.
I love them all. That's the whole thing. That's the best thing about Grateful Dead. It's like once you get into them, you're like, oh, everything they've done is great, and it will endlessly provide for you if you give it a chance, if you let it into your heart, which I'm sure most people hearing us already have. You don't have to worry about them.
I must have been in some weird place when I highlighted this one. When life looks like easy street, there's danger at your door.
I don't think it's I don't know what kind of place you're in. Can I see? Can I try one?
Please don't dominate the rap, Jack. If you got nothing new to say. Yeah, you can.
New Speedway Boogie.
Oh, so good.
One of the best. I feel like that's one of the best opening lyrics to any song ever.
Truckin'. Your typical city involved in a typical daydream. Hang it up and see what tomorrow brings.
Another Bobby song, Truckin'. Come on.
Sometimes the light's all shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me what a long, strange trip it's been.
Yeah. God, Truckin'. Sugar Magnolia. Like One More Saturday Night. Like a lot of big culminating encore type songs were Bobby's too.
Some folks trust to reason, others trust to might. I don't trust to nothing, but I know it come out right. Playing in the band.
Yeah. Great lyrics.
You said you wanted to look.
Yeah, well, I'll try a random one. You were picking good Bobby ones. I'll pick, Victim of a Crime. That's another great Bobby one.
Do you think you'll make a Church or Chill episode that's all Bobby songs?
Maybe.
That'd be fun.
Oh, what about
But it is nice to do a Jerry song than a Bobby song. It just it's been such a natural balance.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's I try to play it loose on there.
Yeah.
I just try to service whatever the episode that wants to come forth.
Yeah, but like in an album or even in a
yeah.
in a show, that's kind of the back and forth.
Know, yeah, that's how they organize their shows. There would be a Jerry song, a Bobby song, and mix in a cover, but in terms of singing lead vocal duties, they went back and forth, and it worked so well that way. It was just like peanut butter and jelly, perfect. Here's one. Comes a time. We just highlighted the whole thing. We just highlighted this whole thing.
That sounds like we will read the whole thing then.
No, I'll just read this one. From day to day, just letting it ride. You get so far away from how it feels inside. You can't let go 'cause you're afraid to fall. Till the day may come when you can't feel it all. Comes a time when the blind man takes your hand and says, don't you see? Gotta make it somehow on the dreams you still believe. Don't give it up. You've got an empty cup. Only love can fill. Too good.
I don't know if this was AI or not AI or just like but I think I saw that like a departure song that like Bob had said that he'd want at his funeral was Cassidy.
Yeah.
And I was reading the lyrics the other day and I was like, oh, it's so perfect.
Do you want to find it?
Okay, I'll find it.
Yeah. I hate that you had to preface that by saying I'm not sure if it was AI.
Well, I'm not. AI is maybe not the right word, but
Well, yeah, but it is like AI, like just some artificially generated fucking bullshit.
article.
But, yeah.
But I believe it.
You're a true believer.
I'm a true believer. So they're all by like a year. So what year was Cassidy?
Cassidy was off his solo album Ace. So it might not be even in there, but no, they played it. They played it enough. I think it would be in there. Because Playing in the Band's on that solo album too.
Oh, Candyman, so good. That was like one of the first Candyman and Sugary. It's so funny. These songs like I don't really go back to that often, but like they were like after that was like those were the first songs that I was like I'm a Deadhead.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. They were just so easy to love. And Althea, here I found it, 224.
Well, you also, what was the one you brought up the other day? You were like, put on Angel Olsen's version of
Addicts of My Life.
Addicts of My Life. And I'm like, whoa. I forgot how good that 2015 Grateful Dead covers album is. It turned us on to a lot of the songs that we ended up loving. Like sometimes that was the first time we heard those songs.
That's funny.
Do you want me to just read the words?
Yeah, do it. Or you could sing them.
I can't do that right now. I have seen where the wolf has slept by the silver stream. I can tell by the mark he left you were in his dream. Ah, child of countless trees. Ah, child of boundless seas. What you are, what you're meant to be. Speak his name, though you were born to me, Cassidy. Lost now on the country miles in his Cadillac. I can tell by the way you smile he's rolling back. Come wash the nighttime clean. Come grow the scorched ground green. Blow the horn, tap the tambourine. Close the gap of darkness, dark years in between. You and me, Cassidy. Quick beats in an icy heart. Catch Colt draws a coffin cart. There he goes now. Here she starts. Hear her cry. Flight of the seabirds, scattered like lost words. Wheel to the storm and fly. Fare thee well now. Let your life proceed by its own design. Nothing to tell now. Let the words be yours. I'm done with mine. That's a good one. You could put that on a gravestone. Fare thee well now. Let your life proceed by its own design. Nothing to tell now. Let the words be yours. I'm done with mine. Whew. Pretty awesome. He's the man. R.I.P. Bob Weir. 78. Incredible. Saint of the Church of Chill. Goes without saying. He was a living saint of the Church of Chill, but now he can really be properly incantized or whatever that's called. It's called something when you start the process of making someone a saint.
Well, I think of him passing kind of the way I think of George Harrison passing. Like they spent their life
preparing for
it, realizing it was not
honoring
it, not being in denial about it being an inevitability.
You're in a band called the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
If that doesn't ensure you a smooth pass through, I don't know what would. For 60 years, you were in a band called the Grateful Dead. I really hope that it's smooth sailing. just for that alone, for that fact alone. I feel like that could forgive many misdeeds. I'm not saying he had them, but come on. Yeah, yeah, man. The guys of that generation, the ones that are still here, go see them, check them out live, because I, for one, wasn't aware that Bob Weir was about to die. Like that really, that kind of
Well, you knew
caught
he
me
was
off guard.
sick, right?
Not really.
Well, you knew he had aged dramatically in the last
I knew
6
that.
months.
Yes, yeah, but like we're friends with the insiders of the insiders, and even they were kind of like, oh, I hope they're announcing a Sphere run coming up. Like,
yeah, no,
I think this hit people pretty hard. I think it hit people pretty much out of nowhere. He was diagnosed in July.
But didn't he like cure it, but then passed of like underlying issues?
I don't know.
Oh no, I don't know either.
I don't know. But, I think that everybody has underlying issues, and I think like a lot of the lung stuff that's going around now, especially like in the COVID era, has just made it super dangerous. So do the things you love with the people you love while there's still time to do it.
Mm.
And that was a mantra I've been holding on pretty tight for the past week.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a friend that is really, 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 I wouldn't even say in the struggle, She knows she's going to pass. And she's my age, my dear friend. My dear, like the dearest of friends. And she's handling it with such grace and composure. There's like a psychedelic aura and light around her. And we were hanging out the other day, and when I left, that's all that kept going through my head. Do the things you love with the people you love while there's still time to do it.
Yeah, they invited us over, just being like, no grief, we're gonna hang out, and I like abided by that. I was like, good times, laughs, lots of laughs.
I was like, I'm gonna make Julie laugh the whole time.
And then I left, and I was like, ugh, I can't. It's confronting. It's real. I think it's okay to say that it's sad.
Yeah, of course.
Of
course. It's very sad. It's very sad for the people that she'll leave behind. Look, and she might have plenty of time.
Yeah, hopefully.
Like that's what I
we
literally
envision her like we're many more good times together.
Yeah. We envision many.
Because it's a lot of touch and go
together.
Of like, it's happening right now, and then it's like,
and
no,
we
have
actually,
time.
It's okay.
So we're just gonna, if you could join us in the collective vision of seeing her having a lot more time and us talking about all these wonderful things we get to do together, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. That's what I go when I say to my trees.
Yeah.
I have a lot more trees. Yeah. Ever since Julie kind of told us this, I'm like, I have a lot more trees I go up to, and I'm like, hey, if you're one of those that can do something, help Julie out, But it's also like, I just try to keep my prayers vague, because I don't want to impose like my like
attachments or wills.
Yeah. It's like she's very at peace. I'll know more when we get to share more personal space together. We've just like been seeing each other in groups, but it'll be nice to kind of get together and smoke one and really feel it and see, where she's at. And yeah, but it's super heavy. It's super.
Well, it's very psychedelic because it reminds you that there's like another side. Kind of the way the Grateful Dead always did, is like, we're here, we're alive, we're living it up, but there's like,
now we are,
and this is like a blink of an eye. Mm-hmm. And I think you and I met, at least, whether it was because of psychedelics or other factors, where we're like, this is our life and we're going to live it. And we love each other and we're going to spend as much time together as possible. We're going to enjoy our time together. We're going to make it a grand adventure.
Yeah, and like on the surface, the sacrifices it looks like we've made are nothing compared to the ways it's paid off. Because what it's paid off is we live by that mantra, even though I just came up with it. do the things you love with the people you love while there's still time to do it. We don't fuck around. We do the things we love with the people we love, and we have time to do it. But that has that's come from a lot of strokes of beautiful luck, and it's come from commitment to a craft and commitment to getting paid properly for our services and our visions, and saying, cool, we probably could like quadruple our income if we like divided and conquered. But what would we have? Just like more money? Our time would have been like our like that's what I know. That's what I know. Like I saw my sister get ripped away. It's 15 years old. You know how nice it would have been to have more time with her? If I would have known she was going to die at 15, do you think I ever would have moved out of here? You know, I almost can't live with it when you think about that kind of stuff. 15? Whoa. Like, yo, anyone could die at any time. Anyone could be ripped away at any time. So, like, I feel like if you don't, like, let that control you in an anxious way, kind of being aware of that might be, like, a really good acid test without having to take the acid of, like, hey, am I making the most of my time? Not what culture says I should be doing with my time, not what society says I should be doing with my time. Like, am I really making the most of it? Am I doing my best? Am I close with my friends really? Am I close with my family? Do I have community? Because there's like it's never too late to start those things, but I think like you kind of have to have an impetus. You have to have a fucking something that kind of wakes up that spark. And if you're willing to do something about it, I could tell you a much more interesting life awaits you. A much more connected and fulfilling and like nutritious. Like I feel like our hangs with our friends are like deep and like socially nutritious. And I think a lot of it has come from our spiritual practices. And my spiritual practices came from having a life that was a little out of control, my sister being ripped away, and witnessing countless seizures with my other sister. And it's made me want to get more out of the present moment because I don't know about everything else is almost like scary. So right here isn't though. It's pretty sweet. So I feel like that's the best way I can honor my sister Erin who passed away. Is like being a badass who does things, who's down to do the thing, who's down to say the thing, who's down to use his voice, who's down to use his body, and just learning how to listen, and learning how to flow with life, and learning how to make it easier for myself as life goes on. Like those are real gifts that you can attain from just kind of like ramping up your awareness about certain things a little bit more. And it's easy for me to say right now when I'm close with people who are either struggling or dying, literally. Like there's a lot of this kind of going around us, and yeah, I think that those messages are here to help you wake up and try to live to your fullest potential.
Yeah,
it's something beyond the smoke and mirrors. Who the fuck you really are? Because like that's like it spooks me in the day and age of like Instagram and social media and stuff. That's all most people are. Like yeah, like I know that there's more there, but it's all most people want to be perceived as is their smoke and mirror selves.
Well, and just I mean, for people who spend time together, we're just figuring out how to like. I mean, not in an anxious attachment sort of way, but just in a like, how can we always ever improve the quality of the time we spend together? And how do we be more present and able to show up for that so that we can give each other our attention? Because when, rather than something that's like we're the product or something like that,
Yeah, totally. No, and I like that we found meditation and like many other practices and ways of like self-soothing to the point where like if I'm in a situation and I'm squirming around and I'm really uncomfortable, it really probably isn't for me. You know, it's not like at this age with the work that I've done on myself. If I'm uncomfortable somewhere, yeah, it's probably something it's really not right and it's not for me. It's not like me like, oh, here I am being anxious again. I can't. This is what I always do. Like I'm not like that. I'm like smooth sailing guy these days, but not always. Sometimes I get in a situation and I'm like, it's listen to my intuition. Listen to my intuition and just move on, moonwalk out of there. I can't be losing you yet, baby.
No, you're not losing me. I'm going to have another sip of tea.
Yeah, I think you should. I wrote myself a couple little notes. I think I might have talked about them all without even having to do it. Oh, you know what I didn't talk about? Oh. This might not make any sense because I texted it to myself after I was asleep for a while. You ever do that?
Yeah. I always... Yes.
Like I was definitely asleep and then I woke up and this thought went through my head and 99.9% of my life I just ignored that thing and for some reason I typed this down, but it was basically like the like being an artist. Like really I think the best example of like my artistry is actually kind of how I live my day-to-day life when I'm not making my art. To me, that is what the art is. It's just the actual art that we put out. That's just what time and inspiration has afforded us. The way I live a day where there's nothing required of me, I'm not being pulled in a million directions, all this kind of stuff. The day you live, the way you live your like blank slate days or weeks or months, I'm like, to me, that's kind of more, to me, that's more the artist I am than the podcast or the films kind of could even display. Is like seeing how I navigate what I think of as a good day.
Sometimes I think about making like a little day in the life movie about you.
Yeah. I don't know if it would look like much.
It wouldn't look like much.
That's the whole thing. It's like perfect days. Like, it's like, okay. And we even have the same taste, me and that dude.
Yeah, it wouldn't look like much of anything at all, but that's why I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, we're both just like cleaning bathrooms and listening to Lou Reed. And I'm like, it's pretty good. But like, but when I'm just like, it's cool that as we go into season 5, I know that like when left to my own devices, I take pretty good care of myself, and I prioritize sleep and health and well-being, and like a lot of other things just start to fall into place when you do those things. And when like I really started to like pretty much since we started saying Church of Chill back in 2018, like prioritizing learning how to reclaim my nervous system and retake control and get back behind the control panels of that thing. And realizing what that is. And like I was telling you the other day, Robert Anton Wilson has this great quote about like, we call it God or the universe or love or whatever different cultures and religions have named for that thing, but it's the human nervous system. And hearing him say that like really hit me. I'm like, oh yeah, that is a religion. That is worth serving. That is something that like a real, just like a quick little flip of the switch that have you getting right with God. So I think I don't even know what I'm talking about, and I keep hoping you want to say something.
I do want to say something. What's a quarter inch again? No. Well, I think you like in a very disciplined way serve your nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
Like through practices. And I'm learning how to service my nervous system through like a deeper breath technique. That's what I've been working on. I've been working on actually breathing deeply. Like breathing like into my stomach, and I try to make as many breaths as I can remember. And I'm trying to do it until I take over, and that I'm always breathing deeply.
Yeah.
But I think our breath, like this circulating out old air and circulating deep in, is like I mean, I just had to watch one Wim Hof video where I'm like, I'd like to learn that one day. But whatever, the big message I got from that is that we have so much more control than we think we do as far as where we're at mentally, emotionally, physically. Like, if they can inject people who do Wim Hof method with viruses and them not like succumb to them, it means that we have like this superpower that we all don't think about, talk about, work on. I remember when we were making Wild Magic, we met this cool guy, Jupiter Moon, who's in the movie. He's like smoking a blunt or a joint in a jungle gym kind of area, but we didn't put it in the movie, but I still think about every day how he told me that he had a really hard time sleeping. He wasn't sleeping at all, and when he started actually breathing down into his belly, he like regulated his nervous system and was able to like shift away from I don't know whether it was like night terrors meets what's that thing when you call it where you never sleep, insomnia. And he's been able to sleep ever since just by switching his breathing.
Well, like if you think of the human nervous system as God, and your breath is the word of God, and if you listen to it and deepen it and listen more and deepen more and make that a practice, like what you're saying, I feel like it's like a cure-all. It almost should be the first thing anyone's doing before they
like you need to oxygenate.
Yeah.
Like, have you oxygenated?
Yeah. Have you gone into heavy breathing mode? Have you popped it into manual as many times as you can in a given day? Have you really tried in that way? I mean, like, there's meditation where that's all it is.
Right.
Just listen. Just listen to it coming in, listen to it going out, make a name for it coming in, make a name for it going out if you want, but it's all the same thing. It's just like, it's just oxygenating,
but there's this,
and it's soothing the thing that's controlling our experience or our perception of our experience, which is our nervous system.
Yeah. The thing that I've had to do, because I'm like a shallow breather, is just be like, okay, when I breathe in, my stomach should expand. Usually I like where I was breathing before, my chest would expand, like where I'd be breathing up here, but then I have to switch it and I have to be like, I got to breathe down here. Like past the chest into the stomach. You're a good breather.
Yeah, I try. I don't know. I try. But I'm also. But you know what it also does too. You start to stand up straight.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff starts to
correct
off of like one basic.
Well, yeah,
correction.
because if you're oxygenating your blood, and maybe you won't be like turning to those like quicker dopamine hits potentially, or like, oh, I'm craving this thing. Like,
you won't crave them.
Like, I think for smoking, a lot of, I'm not saying it's just this, but I think that
we've witnessed this with my dad.
A certain amount.
My dad wants to breathe.
Yeah.
And his excuse to breathe is to step outside, away from the things that are setting him off, and breathe in Marlboro Reds.
And look, there's definitely a power to nicotine that'll ground your ass down, but I think that that potential to ground also exists within the breath if you like harness it. Yeah,
absolutely. I need to find ketamine breath. You know, there's probably like a nicotine breath, ketamine breath, like a thing. Like, you know, you could probably do really shallow breathing and feel a little coked up, and there's probably
hyperventilate.
There's probably just different ways to trigger the different drug experiences with your breath.
Yeah, I'm like short of breath work, because breath work is like literally work. Like it feels like a job, but I'm just trying to do mindful breathing.
Breath play.
I'm more like in the breath play vibe of my life than the breath work vibe.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, Yeah, you could see it. Like, I bet you too, if we really started getting really down with this, and it has been our religion, but like really just like reinvigorating it, it probably will help our sex too.
Yeah.
Like, imagine we had sex where we were breathing together. I know it sounds gay, but like,
No, I'll do it. I'll try it.
wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like what Tantra is or something.
Yeah. We just learn a few.
Where we like inhale a chi ball and like pass it back and forth or something.
Sure. Yeah. Inhale a chi ball.
It's stuck in my throat.
Yeah. Do we want to? We got a few questions from the listeners for episode 400. Do you want to do that on here, or do you want to do that on the Afterglow?
I don't know. What time are we at?
5555. Exactly as I look down. It might not be that on there, but
Let's do it on the Afterglow.
okay, cool. Yeah.
But and while we're on this glow, the main glow.
Yeah.
If you're not into the Grateful Dead, get in. It's never too late. Join the ride. It's an endless catalog that'll get you through a lot of good times, hard times, all the times. If you are someone who likes to read, we are doing our next book club. We put it down for a minute. Pretty much someone just has to say they want to do something, and then we do it again.
So our Discord, the Church of Chill community, which you can access through patreon.com/Church of Chill, we're reviving our book club, and we're starting with Jitterbug Perfume by Tom Robbins.
So we're going to do the book club like probably end of February. So if you want to get in on that, by all means, should be a good discussion.
I'm so psyched about this.
I'm psyched. See, I don't think you've ever joined a book club. And for some reason you said, I'm in.
Yeah, because, well, part of it is like I don't want to read on a screen.
You said if you buy me the book, I'll go.
Yeah, and the next day it's here, so I'm like, amen. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. And we do a film club on there where we say like, hey, everyone watch this film, and we're going to get together on Zoom. We usually do that on Monday nights at 8 p.m. and we get together on Zoom and basically have a great time with the homies, and we discuss a film and dissect it and have fun, and it's a real treat. It's like a live podcast, fun vibe. And if you feel on the verge of being radicalized but you're not there yet, check out Howard Zinn, A People's History of the United States.
We're giving that to Sean's nephew for his 16th birthday.
Yeah. My little nephew's turning 16, and he reminds me of myself at that age, and I wish someone would have handed this off to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll have time to read it while school's happening, but it'll knock on his door when the time's right.
Well, I hope. There was people and things there to radicalize my ass in like the mid to late 90s.
It was like music and that sort of thing.
Rage Against the Machine was doing their thing. Michael Moore was making films. So like, they were at least giving you like a glimpse into what going against the mainstream, even democratic narratives were. And like, I don't know. I voted for Ralph Nader in 2000, living down in Florida. We've talked about that. That's a kind of a wild thing, but
you were like one of 200 people.
Well, but I mean, this goes to a thought I was having the other day about even people finding us. I'm like, how the hell do people find us? And then I'm like, how do I find things? Like, the people I listen to are really weird and obscure, and they kind of have been my whole life. And I think about rummaging through the waste bin of fucking culture to find something you connect with, and how far you have to like scrounge around to find, like, at least when I was coming up, like punk music or like, crazy certain movies, like certain voices in the culture, books like Howard Zinn, like how much you have to just scrounge through to find something, and then you're like deep down there. I'm like, I can't even imagine what people must have to do to find our asses. But I think all that scrounging creates for a much stronger bond. Like, I feel fucking bonded with Les Blanc, like homies like that, like documentary filmmakers that like Ross McElwee, who like just got out there and did it, and like mainstream, the films and documentaries I was being fed through the mainstream and stuff, just like they weren't hitting, so I had to go deeper. I just dig deeper and dig deeper until you find something or someone you connect with. It's a very special thing in life. And when you find those things, and when you find other fans of those things, you have to bond with those people. You really do. You should seek those people out. It's one of the gifts that the Grateful Dead keep giving. It's one of the gifts Ween gives, you know?
I'll shout out another gift we can give.
Yes.
Well, it's not necessarily a gift. It's just an invitation. Nelson Ledges Quarry Park. I'm already forgetting what weekend it is.
Space Camp 2026.
We go to Grateful Fest.
We go to Grateful Fest. We get the best camping spot. We reserve them early, and we get the best camping spots at this festival that's devoted to Grateful Dead music. And it's 3 nights at a quarry in Ohio that is the best and coolest place Cass and I have ever found. And you know us. We scrounge around. The waste bin of America.
Yeah, but you don't have...
But this is the best. This place is the best. So if you want to come celebrate summer with us and peak with the homies, that's the place to do it. And it's in it's like the 3rd week of July or
something
shit.
like that, yeah.
We usually go Wednesday to Sunday. It officially starts Thursday, but like we get there Wednesday, we leave Sunday. There's a couple activations in there and fun times we do as a group, and the group always like kind of expands and evolves every year, and they become our best friends. So come hang out if you're into that kind of thing. Patreon.com/churchofchill. That's where all that information goes. And buy our merch and watch our movies. Wildmagic.tv. Yeah.
My favorite shirt, Smooth Sailing.
Smooth Sailing. Invite in smooth sailing into your life with a Church of Chill t-shirt. Or invite in Wild Magic with an Ask, Believe, Receive long sleeve where you're literally wearing your angels. And it's just like, come on.
Comfort color is so comfortable.
Yeah. Get While the Getting's Good. Our merch always sells out. And,
yeah, it's getting low.
And it's getting low. So Get While the Getting's Good. And we really, really, really appreciate the support. And you scrounging around the waste bin of America to find our asses and stick with us. It really means a lot to us. And we're just getting started.
Here we go.
All right, y'all. We'll see you over on the Patreon for the Afterglow. Peace, love, and magic.